Charlie Sheen's looking for an intern. Over 80,000 people applied for the probably most unique job experience out there. And a Belleville guy is in the running. 22-year-old Phil Pallen. He is one of the final 50. He joins us this morning. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning. Good morning to both of you.
All right, the first thing we want to know, and Ingrid differ on whether, this is a job to go after, because I say who wouldn't want this job?
And I say, who wants to work for him? I don't know.
But we want to know why you decided to go for this.
Well, first of all, based on the reactions from most people, I'm going to have to say most people side with Ingrid. So thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
I've answered that question a fair bit over the last few days. Certainly, I've gotten a lot of press over this, which I didn't expect. But no, as someone who has kind of grown up in the media industry, certainly hailing from Belleville, Ontario, it's been a lot of fun. I started hosting TV when I was 15 through a gig that I got while at Albert College in I was in grade 11 actually. And so ever since then, I got a taste of the industry. It was like, ooh, this is what I have to do. So after going to Western for a few years in London, Ontario, I ended up coming down here to Florida. So I'm finishing up my master's degree down here in Florida. And this opportunity came up. My friend mentioned it to me. She shared the link online. And I thought, oh, well, I guess I'll put my name in that. I'm not really taking it seriously. And 3 rounds later and, headlines across Canada and the States, here I am.
Well, now, Phil, some people might think, it's a joke applying for Charlie Sheen's, intern job. But really, the questions they're asking you, I'm looking at, if you were the social media director for a major humanitarian aid organization, how would you create awareness and raise money via social media in the aftermath of a global disaster? That's one of the issues you have to address in your application?
Yeah, they asked 3 questions. In fact, that wasn't the question I chose to answer. The question I chose to answer had to do with advising a political candidate on using social media in a campaign, which is timely considering the election in Canada. No, so what I like about the contest is that they're taking it very seriously, and they've emphasized that. They had restrictions going into it with the round 3 video, which everyone had to submit this past Friday. And so they said you have to dress up, you have to answer your question professionally in order to be considered for the next round, which is, that's what I've done. And I've posted a video every single day to try and stand out among all of these other people.
Belleville's own Phil Pallen, who's down in Florida these days, has down to the final 50 to be an intern for Charlie Sheen. So the question now becomes, I guess, as you look forward to maybe landing the job, what the heck does it pay?
I have no idea. That's a great question. They've been very secretive about all of the fine details about the internship. I have no idea how much it pays. I know it does pay. I'm not sure if I do it from my home here in Orlando, or I do it, or I pack up and move to L.A. I'm not exactly sure. I could probably do it from Canada as well. I'm not even sure.
Bet you the hours are long.
Yeah, I'm thinking you got to sleep all day, work all night to keep up with Charlie. I mean, really.
And I was listening to you guys earlier talk about it, and it's true. As someone, the reality is that a young person, I'm only 22, and certainly I've had a lot of experience, and I've been very fortunate to get that and have opportunities open to me by, schools like Albert College and Western in London. Certainly getting into the job industry, particularly media, is tough. So you kind of do what you got to do to get in, and I think this would be an incredible opportunity to, as I've said, learn from the experts in social media and in Hollywood.
Now, Phil, is there anything that we can do, all your Belleville, listeners and fans here, to help you, in your bid to be Charlie Sheen's intern? Because I think he would be lucky to have you, a nice Canadian boy.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And I so appreciate the support. And actually, I really do need the support of people at home. Now, it's not voting. It hasn't gotten to that stage yet. And I don't know if it will. But certainly, within a few hours of finding out I made it this far, I set up a website, which is tigerbloodphil.com, and that's got all the details on there, my newest videos, as well as my submission video, all of the media links, where I'll be, and more importantly, where to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and just retweeting some of my messages, and getting the word out, letting people know what I'm doing helps a whole lot.
Well, Phil, knowing how this stuff works, even if you don't land this one, somebody's going to grab you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you made it this far for Charlie Sheen, there are some up-and-comers, and there are people in their own machines in Hollywood who could use a guy like you who's that motivated.
Well, thank you. And I've certainly worked hard to do this competition right. I mean, I've spent some time looking at some of the other competitors, and to be perfectly honest, I think I do have a very good shot at getting to the next round and possibly winning it. I don't don't think anyone has been posting videos every single day. No one else has been really working on the fine detailing, like, branding myself, and I'm working with a publicist, believe it or not, to get my word out. Media approaching me now about the story, and it's blown up, and it's been really, really exciting.
Well, we'll do anything we can to help you. We'll put a link on our Facebook page and we'll retweet it as well. And we want to make sure that you are successful. And it's been a pleasure speaking to you this morning.
You guys are awesome. It's been a pleasure as well. Thanks so much, Mark and Ingrid.
Belleville native Phil Pallen.
He is one of 50 people out of 80,000 who are down to the wire looking to be Charlie Sheen's intern, and we wish him well.